There's a quote written above the bed of Aman Sehrawat's hostel that if it was easy, everyone would do it. He belongs from the same wrestling nursery in India, from wherein India have had multiple Olympic medals in Yogeshwar Dutt, Sushil Kumar, and Aman Sehrawat is the latest to join that thing, as he has won bronze in the men's 57 kg freestyle event.
What historic thing. I feel, we were thinking that since 2008 it's been no Olympics has passed since India haven't won a medal in wrestling. After what happened with Vinesh Phogat, there were not too many expectations from any wrestler. Everyone was thinking that this time maybe that routine would break, you would not win a medal from wrestling, but Aman Sehrawat has done it. Comes from what even Gulati sir mentioned, he is also from the Chhatrasal Stadium Academy itself, and he has again done it hard. Quite a convincing loss for him in the semi-final against his Japanese opponent, but today he came out. To begin with, he had lost the point. His opponent was leading 1-0, but after that Aman Sehrawat absolutely decimated his opponent.
It was not a decimation, I may say, until the end of the first half. He was just up 6-5.
Yeah.
But then afterwards, he put on a fantastic display of technical superiority, which ensured that Aman Sehrawat was getting points. Helped by two more things also. One, the Puerto Rican opponent was having an injury. He was getting treatment in the middle of the game also.
Yes.
And second, the fitness of Aman Sehrawat was far better than the Puerto Rican at this point in time. So 13-5, it was a comprehensive display from Aman Sehrawat, and we knew that somewhere down the line Sehrawat had the mettle in him to ensure that he could do it, because in the World Under-23 Championships he had secured a gold medal.
Yes.
He had secured a bronze medal, if I'm not mistaken, in the Asiad.
Yes.
So here he secured yet another bronze. But practically, if you look at it, Aman Sehrawat had the easier draw when you look at it. When he got against the toughest opponent in the 57 kilo category, he unfortunately came up short against Rei Hingui of Japan.
But here also, to begin with, I feel his opponent did watch the semi-final game. I remember after the semi-final game, we were talking that the Japanese opponent also straight away started there, and because he was shorter in height, he got the advantage and grabbed him by the knees. And once you grab your opponent,
grapple the leg,
then it's really difficult for you to come out of that. And within the first 2-3 seconds, I think his opponent today also grabbed his knee. But from there, what I really liked about Aman Sehrawat was, there if he would have given up, he would have given up 2 points there, and then it would have been 2-0 up. But what he did was, rather than actually falling down, he sort of pushed himself out of the ring. So in that case also, he just lost 1 point because of that, because otherwise if it would have been a 2-point lead,
if you roll over, then
it would have been 2-2. What he did was, he straight away went out of there. He sort of tried to go out of the mat, and just 1 point was lost over there. So that was a really smart tactic from Aman Sehrawat today.
Today at the start, Aman Sehrawat looked to be having a bit of nerves, because he gave away points. He was trailing 2-3 at one point in time. But then later on, he composed himself, and today the best thing about Sehrawat was that, unlike where the Japanese didn't even give him, before he could realize what had happened, Rei Hingui had reached to a 10-0 lead. Here what has happened, Sehrawat was quick off the blocks after the initial minute. So what happened after that was that you could see how he went behind his opponent, pinned him, and then tried to get the roll, and he was doing it on a consistent basis. Now, maybe the Puerto Ricans' lack of experience at this point in time went against him. So that's why the roll, the speed at which that he went back, the grappling that was there, it was far more assured from Aman Sehrawat as it had been for the other matches that were there. Sure. Against, if you look at 3 of his matches, against the North Macedonian, against the Albanian, and now against the Puerto Rican, he managed easy wins against all of them. 10-0, I think one was a 12-0 at that point. But against the Japanese, see, now Aman Sehrawat will have to work on this particular aspect also. 57 kilo freestyle grappling at this point. He has to have more speed. That's what helped the Japanese do wonders in that game also. He needs to have speed, and that is the same speed which helped him in the game today versus the Puerto
Also,
Rican.
I think during the semi-final, one thing that went against him was that his Japanese opponent was a little shorter in height. So sort of that also gave him, just that quick move on that mat that helped the opponent also. And it wasn't just that, I think he was also much better on that given day, and as far as seedings was also concerned. But Aman Sehrawat, I was definitely backing him. I wanted him to win a medal because wrestling has been that one sport which has consistently delivered in every Olympic Games. This time also you saw Vinesh
from 2000.
From 2008, from 2008. You saw Vinesh Phogat also was on the cusp of getting a gold medal or a silver. She had assured one, wasn't able to do it. Then Nisha Dhaiya, the way she also sort of got out of the Olympic Games, that was also really sad.
That was
boxing. But you definitely were hoping something from Nisha Dhaiya also, but that also turned into a heartbreak. But finally Aman Sehrawat has done.
Yeah, I mean, look at it. 2008, it was Sushil Kumar that broke the jinx by getting the bronze medal at that point. 2012 was a great year, silver for Sushil. Plus, you also had your Yogeshwar Dutt also bronze.
2016 it was Sakshi Malik.
Then you also had in 2020 you had Bajrang Punia also doing well. You had Ravi Dayya doing well. Now, amongst the entire contingent, Aman Sehrawat is the only one who's won the medal so far.
And he was India's lone hope in men's wrestling.
Yeah.
And he's just 21 years of age. Just 21 years of age.
And there's an interesting fact here that how he secured that Paris Olympics quota. He beat his idol and mentor Ravi Dayya, who had won a silver medal in Tokyo 2020 Olympics.
See, but then in the case of that trial, what happened with Ravi Dayya was that unfortunately he was coming off an injury.
Yes.
And also let us understand one more thing also. Ravi Dayya participated in the same weight category as it was in Tokyo, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But that's the difference. The absence of the Russians in this particular competition today meant that you had to fight amongst the others as well.
True.
Lesser opponents are there because Ravi Dayya had lost to Zagor Uguyev. Now Zavor Uguyev is the beast. He's never lost an international bout at this point. He's like Yui Susaki. Never ever having lost a game. And unfortunately for Ravi Dayya, Zavor Uguyev was simply fantastic at that point in time in Tokyo. So what happened in this particular case was he was helped by a draw, easy draw at this point. But unfortunately what happened in this case was that he met up against Ray Hingui in the semi-finals. Now that semi-final ensured that yes, he had to face the best. If it had come at this particular point, and thank God, otherwise he would have lost even the bronze medal bout also. So that's why, looking at it, fantastic effort from Aman Sehrawat. I mean, we already had known that there was some potential in him winning the Under-23 World Championships. Antim Pangal had also done the same thing and also done well in the World Wrestling Championships.
Yes, but she got knocked out in the first round.
She got knocked out. So, if you look at it, Indian wrestling has had a very mixed bag kind of a 2024 Paris Olympics, because Nisha Dhaiya, the heartbreak that is about 8-2 leading, but then the North Korean turned it on the last 30 seconds and she had an injury. She had an injury. You look at Anshu Malik. Anshu Malik was the most disappointing one because she lost to her opponent, but that opponent unfortunately lost in the semi-final. That's why no repechage.
Even Antim Bangal, I think, was a disappointment because there were a lot of expectations, and also she had come in there replacing Vinesh Phogat from her age category.
But yes, I would not say Antim Pangal was a disappointment. Antim Pangal was an absolute disaster because she lost 10-0. But her opponent lost in the very next round as well.
So there was no repechage.
No repechage there. So only if you look at it, Aman Sehrawat has won. The lone male representative has won. Tomorrow is the last event for India in wrestling with Ritika Huda in the 76 kilo category. But if you look at Antim Pangal, she's also had a kind of a Vinesh Phogat situation because she also tried to maintain the weight, tried to lose the weight and stay in contention for that match. That's why she was ill. That is why she could not recover properly. That's why she lost 10-0. The Turkish opponent really did not have any kind of a standing in the wrestling world because she was quite low ranked. Antim should have disposed of her, but then unfortunately what happened off the mat also has been a huge issue. So 5 consecutive Olympics now, India has managed to win at least a medal in wrestling. So now India's tally stands at 6. Aditi Ashok and Diksha Dagar unfortunately are 42nd and 44th after the end of
chances of medal they are pretty bleak.
Pretty bleak at this point. Now the only way you can ensure you level Tokyo or you cross Tokyo is if Ritika Huda manages to win the medal or goes into any kind of repechage round.
And if there is some kind of magic
some miracle if Vinesh gets awarded the silver, which looks highly unlikely. By the way, people may be asking,
but you'll still not sort of surpass the last year's one that now you had 1 gold at that point.
1, 2, 4.
But you at least ended up with the highest number of medals ever.
Yes.
If that happens. if that happens. But Ritika Huda at this point in time, it's a tough bout for her. Let's see how that pans out in the 76 kilo category. Tomorrow from 3 p.m. onwards, Ritika Huda will be in action, and that is basically the second last event, because golf is ending. If Ritika Huda makes it to the final, then on 11th, the last day of the Olympics, her medal round will begin at 5 p.m. onwards. So, for people who are asking about the Vinesh Phogat situation, the hearing has concluded. CAS has listened to both the parties involved. It was held in 2 rounds. The operational part of the decision might be coming anytime now, but we don't know when or where it will come. The full explanation of what the decision was, or in favor or against Vinesh Phogat, will be given later on. But the decision has to be given by Court of Arbitration for Sports before the end of the Olympics.
Yes.
So they have time until tomorrow to release the statement, or they will probably release the statement by Sunday. Because Sunday is the last day of the Olympics. After that, CAS will have to release the statement at this point. So it is going to be a really big situation coming in the next 1 hour, hopefully, or maybe in the next 1.5 hours. So Arshit Gupta, that is what I am telling you about the Vinesh Phogat situation. Hearing has concluded. CAS, Vinesh Phogat, IOA, UWW, they have listened to all the parties. Now, I believe, Siddharth, that Vidushpat sir is going to give the briefing for the Indian media as to what has happened.
Yes.
I think he will be telling the media what exactly happened.
Yes.
That
so
is
we can just, keep our fingers crossed regarding Vinesh's case. Let's hope, she is given that joint silver medal, but you never really know with Court of Arbitration of Sport. Some things like this don't really, they are very subjective with respect to different matters. They will have to not just take care of this matter, but they'll also have to take care of the repercussions that might happen because of, let's just assume if they decide to, make some amendments to their currently placed laws.
I mean, I will just say one thing. Whatever be the decision, it could lead to a big talking point either ways. It will lead to a big talking point in both ways. So Abhay Chauhan is saying India would have ended Olympics with 3 medals in wrestling, but Indian luck in wrestling was pathetic. Only reason why we didn't cross Tokyo is that this was the unluckiest Olympics in Indian history.
I wouldn't really say it was the unluckiest Olympics in Indian history. I think it was more about the Olympics where you couldn't really cross the line. And when I say cross the line, I'm talking about the 6 candidates, or maybe the 6 contenders who finished at number 4th.
Yeah, I mean, see, look, that is not an excuse that we can give at this point in
definitely.
time, because
it's about not crossing the line.
You didn't cross the line. Simple.
Yes.
I mean, if you want to look at the case of unluckiest athletes, then there is an entire gambit of people. There is Milkha Singh, there is PT Usha, there is Abhinav Bindra. Here you had Manu Bakar in that shoot-off 25-meter pistol.
Mirabai
Chanu was 1 kilo. Vinesh Phogat, Arjun Babuta, everybody.
Dheeraj Baumadevara and Ankita
Bhatt. 2.4 centimeters. Dheeraj Baumadevara. Lakshya. Although I wouldn't say Lakshya Sen, see, he capitalized. Axelsen capitalized him, so that's why it's a big thing. But then, if you look at it, Ritika in the second, that's what Priyanshu was saying. Ritika's second round is a real challenge. I think she might win bronze repechage.
Let's hope.
Let's hope so too. But then remember, that opponent then must go to the final. If that happens, Ritika's medal is going to come then on 11th. That is the last day of the Olympics.
So tomorrow, if Ritika wins all her bouts, what she'll basically ensure is that she'll assure at least a silver heading into Sunday. If she wins all her bouts tomorrow.
But then I think she's facing a very difficult opponent in the second round.
And even if she's going in the repechage, will come to know tomorrow.
Because even if she loses her first or second round, basically her opponent, whom she, let's assume if she loses to, will have to reach a final for the Ritika to stand a chance to enter the repechage.
The Sham Bad Gujar is saying, Ritika Huda, please win medal. Color of the medal doesn't matter now. I think he has written something more also down.
Yeah, Shivam, can you just scroll down?
I think something more is Sham has said something else now. Ritika Huda, please win medal color.
Okay, that's it.
Medal doesn't matter now. Color, okay, you're realizing it now. Maybe in the start of the Olympics you weren't doing that, I am sure, Sham. You were thinking, oh, let us get gold, but then see, even if you end with 7, even if you end with 7,
you'll basically equal your best tally at a single Olympics.
It's a plateau. From 4 years now, it's been a plateau. So that's why, let's see how it goes. So, day 14 has come to an end in the Paris Olympics. Day 15, the last of wrestling and the last of, if you may say, wrestling could get one more day.
Yeah.
Last of golf.
Yes.
India will then have only one event to play for at 3 p.m. Ritika Huda's bout begins, and then let's see how it goes. If she goes into 11th, we'll bring you all the latest events that's there at this point in time. So we are waiting for Vinesh Phogat's case. Let's hope it happens today. Hopefully it happens today, or it may happen tomorrow. But by the end of the Olympics, they have to give the verdict. So we are waiting for that. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. Subscribe to Sports Today. We are nearing a very important landmark of 500K. Help us get there soon. We are doing all this so that you all can get the latest sports updates, fastest, quickest, accurate, from Paris, from here, at any given point in time. From Shashwat, me, Sid Gulati, and Shivam, it's bye-bye.